Good enough. Yep. There we go. Oh, welcome. Welcome all. It's been a while. Pulled up my Twitch to add a few things and saw a notification. Enjoy this video from myself from 2 months ago. It doesn't feel half that long, but guess it was. Anyway, that's really all I have right now because I'm not sure I remember how to do any of this. So let's just still remember my keybinds, that's something. And so I try out an overlay, because why not? Don't know if I'll keep it, but for in the meantime, it's definitely here. Yeah. Now, it's bigger question is, what the... Wow. I was like no time and my controller already stopped working. Which means for this program I have to completely back out of everything. Restart it from desktop and then go from there. Alright. Yeah. Hopefully we're going to get at least halfway through the annoying mandatory side quest that is regaining all shards of the Triforce. And is it with my controller? What the hell? Yeah, audio would be nice too. Hold on. My controller might be broken, which is a good thing I have a second one. Always buy your controllers in pairs. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it here for a hot second. Off to a wonderful start. Yeah. I'm just going to check the full configuration. Says it's working. Says it's reading it. However, I'm getting the distinct impression from the game that someone here is a liar. Alright. There we go! Ah. That took way too much effort. Yeah. Anyway, we did this one. I get the distinct impression that we did this one. Yeah. Oh, perfect. That means we can finally get... Come on. We can finally get the map square information for Forest Haven, which took way too long for me to get. Did I get that reef? Yes, I did get that reef. We're not starting from scratch. We're starting from hard nothing in terms of what I remember doing in this game. I know we beat the temple full of zombies because because the last stream title was me yelling at zombies. I know there's something involving soup. Beyond that, not a clue. Is this platform going to be worth anything? Probably not, but I crave violence. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, no, no. Yes. Don't knock me off the ladder. Wow, one of the few times a spin attack's useful. Go. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. I already looted this platform. In that case, abort! There's nothing for me here. I hope everyone had a good past, well, month, I guess. It was, for me, it was stressful at the start with whole exams and everything. The break was nice. The break was nice. I know there's a boating course down in this row. I hope it's the next one. Because I also think there's a but game. What do all these buttons do? Oh, that's interesting. Jump the shark. Yeah, this is definitely the boating course. Which means I might be thinking of the treasure here instead of the submarine. I think it's definitely another chart like the Big Octo chart, where it's a weird one we got from, wait, this isn't the boating course. Right. Angular Isle. Shaped like Minecraft and infested with sharks. Aha. Oh, this is gonna suck when those sharks turn around. Whee! Ha. Somehow, both butts big better than their heads. Hopefully it's money. Could use some of that with the upcoming... Oh, piece of heart. Nice. Probably another one on the island. Yeah. Could always use more money with the looming specter of poorly planned side quests coming up. So push that down. Ah. Yeah, and then pull that across, and we should be able to get up. There we go. And oh, you. Get out of here. Get out of here, you nice pile of jelly. Nothing but jelly. There. 2 pieces of heart, 1 stop. And I'm pretty sure I can just glide to that. Like the wind's in the right direction. Brain, please. Remember what these buttons do. It hasn't been that long. Bullseye. Right in the hole. Hmm. Oh. Right. How the heck do I do this? Because I have to get up on top of here. But I also have to do it without falling off and eating dirt. Oh! I should have seen that coming. I don't know how I thought, yeah, let's just push this heavy load-bearing block forward. I'm definitely not going to squish myself into flatbread. I think I want this here. So I can pull this one back once. Move this back. Pull this out, and yeah, that should be it. There we go. Come on. Chunky GameCube controls, don't fail me now. There. Easy little puzzle. Whoa. That was a lot of teeth for a cave mouth. Just realized. Actually, it's just a lot of teeth in general. Ugh. Toothy. And money. Alright. Okay. Oh, I can go back there. Oh. It just goes to the other heads. Awesome. Fun. I think the boating course is the next one. Oh, yeah, there it is. Vaguely... vaguely course-shaped thing on the horizon. That's perfect. Sharks can never remember. They either absolutely never hit. Yeah, the way that the sharks try to attack you, they either end up staying way ahead of you to the point that you're out of what's labeled as shark-infested waters, or they come at you at an absolutely awful angle and just completely miss you every time. You can see the raft's out there. So that's just another island. Those are rafts which aren't useful. I'm not even sure if they're... Oh, that's the fish, which I don't have bait for. Yeah, did I hallucinate the presence of a submarine here? I believe the answer might be a resounding yep. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Fish monster, rafts, raft, fish monster, fish monster, fish monster. Also a fish monster. And Terry. Well, let's see what he has to say. That's a pretty sick boat you got there, kiddo. So what do you say, kiddo? You want to play a boat game for 30 rubies? What do you say? Yeah, sure. Alright, then go down to the start line. And given... Oh, is there other considerations than just time? And given how many games usually go, safe to say that the most of what I'll get here is probably a piece of heart, definitely my money back. Wait, no, seriously? The wind auto adjusts to wherever I'm pointing for this, which means, because when they remastered this game for Wii U, they put in a special item to ease one complaint that sailing places took forever and you always had to constantly adjust the wind. So they put in an item called the Fast Sail, which automatically adjusted the wind for you. They had it the whole time, but never had the idea to put that on a player item. Eh. Seems that the Fast Sail in the Wii U version, remake of this, is probably just modified version of the boating course code. That's so cool. They solved a major player complaint by doing absolutely no work. They just probably straight up ripped the code, added a little bit more in to detect when you had this sail on, and just like, yep, that'll work. That'll solve all their complaints. Awesome. Oh, way to be. Alrighty then. Here's the 145 rubies you collected, as I promised. All yours. Enjoy, kiddo. Looks like you made a fortune. Come back and do it again sometime. Oh. That's just straight money-making scheme. Oh, there's my boat. I wondered why I never... I'd say I wondered why I never did that more before, but you can make just about the same by collecting treasure charts or hitting up much easier to find rooms of stuff, or... I mean, you can fill your wallet perfectly fine while dungeon crawling, so... Yeah. Speaking of dungeon crawling, I was watching someone do a randomizer run of this game, and it looks super cool because the whole point is every chest item, so every main story item, dungeon item, or anything in my... Still not the right button, no matter how hard I want it to be. Or everything in here is, instead of being found in its proper place, every time you get one, it's mixed up. Which means if for someone like me who knows where probably 80% of the... Ooh, I need more bait. 80% of the chests or treasure are in this game, you kind of have an advantage, but you could still just get, for the first 4 chests, nothing but empty bottles. Oh, don't want that. Or the bait bag and stuff like that isn't really useful when you need a grappling hook to cross lava. That just seemed really cool. Probably, I might come back to that later. The problem is the idea of beating a game and immediately rebooting the game just makes my brain scream out of boredom. So we're probably gonna put some games in between. Oh, full up, sweet. Between that and now, which is good because I've just been passively looking at like Epic Game sales or whatever and saying, "Ooh, that looks fun. Ooh, that looks fun. Ooh, I could get this game and play it on stream. Ooh, I could get this game." And my collection of games I want to stream has vastly outstripped my ability to get through the games I have already. Because after this, which the end, despite what might seem sometimes, is coming quick. There's one more dungeon, a collection side quest, one more dungeon, three, well, technically, if you want to get technical about it, 6 bosses or something like that, all in the last dungeon. Oh, missed. I think I gotta do hook and paraglide. And that's the game. I'm probably going to do Paper Mario next. Because that one, like, it's a classic. And I'm looking forward to that one. Come on. Down. Turn. Turn to the music. And let's go. Hey. No, wait. No, no, please. Game. Please. Ah! I can make it. I can make it. I can make it. I can make it. Come on. Nope. Alright. New plan. Adjust heading to the waterfall. There's a secret cave behind there, and we are going to plunder it. South or southwest? You mean you might know that one. Oh. I wonder, can I just... Really? I don't know what's more embarrassing. The fact that I didn't have to mess around with a grappling hook, or that it's taken about 6 playthroughs to ever consider doing that. Well, that's what the Stein of Beer is here for. Ooh. Oh, right. Gotta conduct for this boyo. What's the... So it'd be a lot easier to progress to the next dungeon if I remembered to bring along the song. Well, anyway, how are you, chat? We have a moment. Alright, boat. Time to saddle up. I have to say, I was watching a couple streams just to look at people more experienced than I and steal their skills and success. The only thing I really learned about it that I didn't already know was it's kind of rough watching other people play this game. Especially with the Wind Waker, because so many of these songs, through sheer repetition, have been burned into my mind. Like, I could play probably every song but the dungeon songs, Wind God Aria and Earth God's Lullaby, because you only play those probably 2 or 3 times per game, and they're also super long. But just watching some guy who is absolutely amazing at the game. Like, he's doing a randomizer and doing it good. But just watching anyone try to kind of mess up Ballad of the Gals, the teleporting song, it's like, no, oh, it's down, right, left, up. I can and probably have done that in my sleep. It's just that little bit of that little feeling you get when you see someone try something that you've gotten down pat and having a little trouble with it. Yeah. Just the epitome of, if you want a backseat, just go play your own game. Which is why I'm here. Yeah, I really should have gotten this at the same time as Wind God's song. Ah! Come on, bread! No matter how much you want to, the input buttons do not open the menu. Get that through your head! Ah! It's like the 7th time that I've been spamming Y and X buttons and getting confused as to why isn't this opening the menu? It should be. Oh, no! Still not the menu button. I could hit it with a hammer, but it's been a while since I blew myself up. Oh. Well, that was a fun little mini adventure, but it appears I do need to hit it with a hammer. Well, you know what they say. Anyone with a giant skull-shaped mallet in their back pocket, everything looks like a statue of an octopus spewing air. Right. Oh. I completely got... I keep on forgetting that the dungeons in this game do not seem to be what they should be. Like, you'd expect the one from Makar and the Deku Tree to be earth or forest or something, but they're wind. Whereas the one for Rito Tribe, which really you'd expect it to be airs. That one's earth for some reason. Although there's a theory that what happened was Dragon Roost Island used to be Death Mountain. Makes sense. Both are the highest peak in the skyline of both of any game they're in, and that the Zora had to be forcibly evolved into the Rito, because if you have a race of fish people knocking around, first of all, they're freshwater, not green at times, so freshwater fish do not take kindly to a salt ocean, for starters. And second, having a bunch of fish people around kind of defeats the purpose of burying the old kingdom in gallons of water. So that's just a plot hole the gods had to go and fix real quick. And the theory is that the Rito ended up kicking the Gorons out of Death Mountain and kind of scattering them. Which is why in the lava-filled kind of mining cavern of death of Dragon Roost Island. You instead get a bunch of bird people instead of the folks literally made out of rock. And, I mean, that would go to explain why... Yep, forest ape in there. Why, the Ritos are so tied to Earth. Because the people who were supposed to be taking care of that temple were Gorons, who were made of rock. And then they ended up getting kicked out, so someone had to take up after them. Still doesn't explain why the Sage of Earth was originally a Zora, but that's someone else's concern. Okay, we're getting that fish. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Come here, fish. I wish to know the lore of this large tree stump. Yeah. Oh, small fry. Yeah, I've heard. Take you on a chart and information about this island. Let's start by opening up your sea chart. There's something about Nintendo games that they really lend themselves to theories. Like Zelda's lousy with them. Mario has less than the rest, mostly because their games are painfully simple platformers. But Pokemon, with the whole announcement of Arceus coming out, I've been looking back into that and kind of ramping up enthusiasm. But Pokemon has so many theories. And like, there's so many Nintendo games that are pretty dark on the surface. Like, the Earth Temple here and the Shadow Temple in Ocarina are bad. Full of zombies. I think the Shadow Temple back in Ocarina fully says on the wall, this was made by the royal family to interrogate and torture people. This is a history of Hyrule written in blood. Or something to the same effect. Up, down, left, right, left. And Pokemon, the Pokedex is straight up says, yeah, there's no... Oh, I have to talk to the boyo first. There's no good reason why humanity should be around, given the amount of Pokemon that are more common than comforting. They can just destroy everything. No, that's not right. Okay, I take back what I said about not knowing these songs by sound, because I just corrected that because the sound didn't sound right instead of remembering the pattern. Say what you will, but music in Zelda games are memorable and catchy. I love this. So, yeah, the sages here, the older incarnations and the newer incarnations are technically, by spiritual standards, the same beings. Well, the whole Rito evolved from Zora, and it straight up said that Kokiri from, like, this dude and the Koroks are the same thing, just in different forms to better suit their environments. So it's still the same people, but it's passed down for so long that neither form nor memory remembers that they're supposed to be sages. Alright. Wind Temple Part 2. Let's go! This will probably go better. Probably. I don't think there's anything really left to do on Windfall. Like, on one hand, I feel kind of bad that I'm just skipping over all these side quests. On the other hand, there are 49 squares on this map well, no, not 49, 42. It's a 6x7 map, not a 7x7. Anyway, there are 42 squares on this map, and all of them hold something to do. And at this point, I have enough health, and the magic armor is overpowered, especially when combined with soup. So, yes, I could do all this. Aside from money or pieces of heart, there really isn't anything interesting on these. We got all the bottles. Got most everything in note. And if I'm being completely honest, I'd rather get through this game quick to move on to the next one, because I feel like I've been... Well, I suppose I have been on this game for several months. I don't know, just something of a desire to get to the next. There we are. Okay, the little rattling jingling noise he makes when he walks. He's just the best little root spirit blobbo. I've talked on length about this before, but Wind Waker's character designs are adorable, and I will fight anyone who dares say otherwise. Down the mystery hole? Down the mystery hole. Glad we're in agreement on that. Just want... Nope. Still not the inventory button, no matter how much I want it to be. Okay. And I'm just checking stuff for the incoming side quest of Doom. Right. I need those trees to... No, the command melody I flat out do not remember. There we are. Bum 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 bum. Sounds like a clock going off. At the sound of the tone, the time will be obey. I love that. Ah! Toucan wizard. Chest. Nice. Oh, that's Stalfos. That is a Stalfos. Now, oh, we could fly over both of these guys, but where would the fun be in that? Oh, I almost forgot. Well, I kind of need the Wind Waker here for... Soup up! This time for sure, I'm getting through this dungeon. Nope. I'm going to go through this entire dungeon without losing the soup buff. Ugh. I wish I had something to put my money where my mouth is, but... like if I take damage, I'll gift subs or something, but one day, but not today. I should... let's not bread special ourselves into losing early. You know, let's also not... Let's just use bombs, because the alternative is actively blowing away our shields. Does anyone remember what was in this chest? I already forgot, and it's going to bug me forever. Like, I have no clue what I just picked up, and would greatly appreciate someone telling my dumb ass what I just got. As... Oh, it's a dungeon map! I'm a moron! What did I get? I have no idea. Oh, where? Oh, cool, the dungeon map's there. Wait a second. Oh, God. It's not as bad as forgetting your glasses on top of your face, but... Well, back when I wore glasses, I did kind of the opposite of... Why can't I see anything? Why is everything blurry? I must be tired. Oh, right, my glasses are missing. Oh, the good news is, at this point, I can do whatever the hell I want, and nothing will be as embarrassing as that. So we got that going for us. Which is nice. Oh! I just noticed. My sword's glowing. Not... Wait. Huh. So there was a thought there, and the thought was, oh, my sword's glowing because I have the suit buff, not because of a graphical bug like I thought was happening last stream. And no, my sword's just glowing because I'm in the dungeon. I actually want this down so I can send the boyo up there to see what's what. Alright. Deploying friend. Friend deployed. Yeah, guy land. Weird. Here's the only way up. The only thing up here is another way. I have no idea. No earthly idea why you would go up there. There ain't nothing up there. Alright. Aw. There's a little hop. It's adorable. Right. Planting these dick nuts, and I do question the mechanism behind how growing plants over an area works. Like, what if... Ooh, I almost lost the soup buff there. I almost ran right into that thing. That would have been bad. Nope. You know, like, how does it know? Is there, like... Is it moving mechanisms around with the roots, or is it just... Ah, there is less sunlight. Let's go. So part's coming up here that kind of sets up the rest of the dungeon. Oh! Oh no! So that's the part. The oh no comes, and I did that wrong. I thought it was once all three were planted. Because now I just can't get up there. Wait. What? What? Huh? What? Okay, what I said earlier still stands. Tell me what the hell I picked up in that first room. Because turns out I don't have the dungeon map. So if that's the case, what did I grab? This is bad. I've lost the one brain cell I had. I love that brain cell. I used it some of the time. Fred! Oh, friend found. Now we just have to bust him out. Fred! The stone that blocks the entrance seems extremely heavy. The only way you can move it, Fred, is if you were to become as heavy as the great Deku Tree himself. Ah, if only the great Deku Tree were here right now. Yeah, we'll say. I have to agree with you, little buddy. The presence of a giant all-knowing tree would make this experience much better. With you on that. I miss him too. Bombs, arrows. Come on, I need magic. I need those magic jars. I need my fix. Come on, man! Magic seemed just ambiently much more plentiful in the last dungeon. I might actually have to get good instead of relying on the broken ability of the magic armor. That's too bad. I don't want to have to get good. Oh, magic. Whew! I didn't actually gain anything there, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm glad I have this armor. Because as you see, the biggest danger here is not the enemies. It's me. Let there be no mistake. I am the biggest danger to myself here. They can throw them. That's not fair. That's my bomb. Actually, now that I think about it, they don't. Floor Masters can't actually deal damage. Dang it. Can't believe they can just go, haha, nope, like that. I thought they were going to grab it and then... Oh, shoot, this Master Sword is powered up. That only took 2 clean hits. Nice. Yeah, I thought he was just going to grab the... Ow. He's just going to grab the bomb and say, heh, mine. And blow up. That was going to be the ideal solution there. Him blowing up. Why you have to do that to me, bro? Why can't you just blow up? I do it all the time. You can do it too. Oh no, we have 50 joy pendants. Ain't that grand. Oh my god, if I could aim! Chunky GameCube controls help! Okay, we're just going to... Oh! Am I thinking at all tonight? Of course I can hit him in half the damage. I have a soup buff up! Ugh. My god, I am unimpressive tonight. What is going on? Oh wow, my sword must have been really powered up. I can hit him no problem. Yeah, you have a soup buff. Look at the brains on this genius sitting in the suitcase. Spiring. I don't want to leave. Come on, toucan. Oh, shit. So, this ain't good. I have burned... Well, I have green potions. I cannot get grabbed by those things because they eat magic power, which is... turns out to be a pretty limited... It's a limited commodity right about now. It's a limited commodity, and I needed to get through this room for the gimmick. Come on. That's a clean hit. Whew! Okay, toucan. Jerk! He didn't even drop anything. It's kind of counting on that for, you know, my life and sanity. Although one of those has long since gone. I think there's something this way. Oh, there's something this way. Magic! Hey, there's a pot down there. Hey. Treasure. Okay, they're whew. I was honestly getting a bit nervous that I was going to run out of magic power, eat shit, and die. However, it appears I only did one of those things. Okay, there's the dungeon map. I still have no idea what I picked up in the first room. I want to say it's a red ruby, but I just do not know. Anyway, things are proceeding as planned. By that, I mean I really hope there's not any more Oh shit, I hear a toucan. I don't care about Frosted Flake. Oh, wait, that's not even the right cereal. I don't care about Fruit Loops, you goddamn toucan. Buzz off. Oh, man. I'm gonna have... Don't tell me I'm actually going to have to be strategic about how I do this. I can't just get carried by my one OP item. Lame. Alright. I will say, the one thing these games could always do with... Whoa. You know, at the start of this, I'm like, I could have sworn I started at the top of this, of a giant column of stuff, not at the bottom. Turns out I was wrong. That is a fine place to be. Although... the good news is I think we're within spitting distance of the mid-boss. Which is nice. I had a deeper reason for why that's nice beyond the fact that it's just nice. But nope, it's only nice because that means we're halfway through the dungeon. So we got an open the door here, closed door here. Bunch of these guys here. You know, he's just vibing. We can leave him. We don't have to get close. Right. This. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh god, which one of these doesn't blow? That one! Kind of. It's good to know that no matter which one I picked, what? Oh, right, this is how I get out of here. So I want to say that there's a treasure you get for breaking every one of these. And I don't know if it's actually true or just something I did because of OCD. Ah! Fuck! Ah! Ah! I'm out of soup! Didn't even lose it to an enemy, I just ran straight to it! This is even shorter than last dungeon! This blows! can't believe... It's doing so well, too. Now watch, once again, I'm going to go through the rest of the dungeon without taking a single hit. Oh! The holes do something. Nope, run! Aha, not to... Oh! Turns out you can parry. Nope. Well, that just went from bad to worse. I can't believe I lost it there. That... You know, maybe I shouldn't stop labeling these individual occurrences as embarrassing events. Because every time I say that, I just find something worse to happen to me. That wasn't bad, that was just stupid. That was just stupid. Wasn't even looking, just ran into spikes. God damn. Okay. Worst part is if I did what I thought I should have at the beginning, which is run directly to the end. Oh, cool! That pierced. That's actually really awesome that the arrows can pierce enemies. But yeah, if I just got that chest first, I'd still be souped up. God damn it. Well, at least I don't have to fight the Armros again. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll be by the entrance at the end of the game. Just for the sake of the boss, I'm half tempted. I'm tempted to just run out quick to outset and try again and get another bolt with soup. There it is. And also means I got dropped down among the floor masters in a cutscene. Oh, wait. That was so easy. Nope. Hands off. No touch. No touch. Oh my god, lock on! There we are. Eats up arrows like crazy, but I don't have to fight the creepy hands. And that, dear listeners, is a win. Boing. Treasure chart. Oh. At least I can blow myself up again. That's always fun. Getting kind of bored not being able to just hold a bomb over my head and boom! Ah. The Toucan God, Lord Toucana. And his friends. His very scary friends, who I really wish I had zoomed for! Ow. Ow. Get the bird. Get the Doberman. Get the... What the hell? Oh, got him. What the hell even are these things? Squid? Probably squid. Ah! Squid. Oh, moblins. Suffer as I have suffered. Really have to focus in on the Wizrobes. Because if I don't, they're just going to flood me. But if I do... How did I hit that dude? Oh, shoot. Their helmets protect against headshots. I mean... Good. Okay, good. I did get... Got him! Oh, yeah! Now I just have to play cleanup crew on his minions. Who can still summon shit? Man! That blows. Oh, he's right there. Die! Thank you for obliging. It's a pleasure working with you. I hope you have a nice weekend. Hookshot! Okay, we'll say, for as much praise as Breath of the Wild rightfully gets, I am really sad that they didn't have dungeon items. Like, if they could have figured out a... I mean, it would have made so much more work for the team, because not only did they have to put in all these dungeon items, they'd also have to put in ways to use them in the massive overworld. But I miss the hook shot. I miss the dungeon items. They're really fun and kind of quirky, and they just added so much to the world design of Zelda. Like, you have this world like, oh, it's supposed to be this vague medieval fantasy. And then you get stuff like remote-controlled bombs, two variation, like this thing which looks like we borrowed it from Batman. And it's just... Ugh. Oh yeah, we got arrows, boomerangs, magic items, a camera, a Game Boy Advance, black powder bombs, Batman's leftover grappling hook. I think I have to get over there. Do I? Oh, there. And it's just all really contributes to the fact that Zelda, as far as world building goes, is weird as hell. Like, especially in the 64 games, where you'd have, like, one dungeon is just, yeah, standard mines. The next dungeon was, oh yeah, our hydroelectric generator is clogged up with monsters. Could you go take a look? Like, it's all... where? Huh? Now I go over there. I see. Can I get... I cannot grapple on the chest. Can glide. That's nice. Got that going for us. Yeah, I don't know. As a game series, Zelda's always struck me as less fantasy, more these people just came out of an apocalypse. I mean, I guess it makes sense. The original game was... The original Legend of Zelda back on the NES was designed to be sci-fi. Like... Well, science fantasy. It was meant to be half of the game, pretty standard fantasy game. Like, what Zelda ended up, that was supposed to be just half of the equation. And then the other half was, at least with Link to the Past, for sure. I believe that's where the concept art came from. It was supposed to... The whole reason that Link was named Link was he's a link between the fantasy part and, like, this whole expansive sci-fi world. That was just... It's a cool concept, but they definitely used ideas for that when building these games. Like, just little nods to, oh, you're here. Perfect. Can I... Where am I going? We're sending you down to the bottom to plant trees. Yeah, you definitely get a little bit of that kind of DNA, I guess, of what this game was once designed to be in a lot of this, in a lot of these weirder dungeon designs where there's a lot more technology and stuff like that than you'd expect from what's supposed to be fantasy. I mean, I guess another part of that is it's not really Western fantasy. What the? What? Hey, what? I never knew those things did that. I never knew those things snapped at you. I guess I missed it every time. Wild. Uh-oh. No. Okay, I guess we're going up it. Oh, natural. By that I mean platform by platform. Ah! Jerk! I'll have to go save Mecha again. Yeah, like a lot of Western fantasy is so tied to Tolkien, you cannot separate the two. But a lot of Japanese fantasy, like this and Final Fantasy, they're... Uh-oh. Okay, my goal should probably be one of these platforms, not all the way. They don't really have that literary baggage, so to speak. Like, they're not doing fantasy because in the same way Tolkien is because they grew up reading Tolkien. They're like Final Fantasy is delightfully weird. At least in my opinion. Even the early games, there was always a level where... Where do I go? Where am I going? Other side, then. There's always a level where its concern is in some obviously steam-powered... Uh-oh. We're going to fall down to the ground again. Yep. And that's mostly my own stupid fault. Or concerned some steam engine, industrial apparatus, something like that. Like Final Fantasy VI, I remember I was playing it just out in my living room and a roommate walked by. And as the opening, it's like, wait. Or no, it was the tunnel armor boss. It's like, wait, Final Fantasy has mechs? Yeah! Because it's just fantasy in the sense of... Uh-oh, Mecker's being beaten up. Trying to take his lunch money. Hey, treasure chest! We can let this stand for a bit while we get that. Because it's fantasy in the sense of not tied to reality, not fantasy in the sense of Tolkien wrote this, which... I don't know, just because everyone for Western fantasy has the same idea, I'm just kind of bored of it. Like, yeah. You can get a... Wait, did one of them fall off the edge? Yeah, one of them fell off the edge trying to get Mecker. Oh, that is incredible. You've pulled your weight today, little buddy. Uh-oh. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, it's just such a... It's a fresh take compared to at least what I've grown up with. Where it's just doing fantasy in a way that... What's more... Uh-oh. For your own protection, yeet! Where instead of just this very... tried and true, there's these elements exist because it's fantasy, and fantasy, as far as we're concerned, has to have these elements. Like, the reason why elves and dwarves are in every work of fantasy and hate each other, they're a genre convention. It's just literature from a tradition that doesn't have half of that stuff. That, and you're more likely to get guns in Japanese fantasy, which, even though they're woefully underpowered, I still appreciate them. Except for the odd cases where it's a gun-based JRPG. They're rare, but I'm picking up Resonance of Fate, this old PS3 game, which is just that. It's fun. If you have a PS3, PS4, or PS5, I recommend getting it. It's a fun time. It's silly. It's overacted. It has Nolan North in the English dub. It's dumb, and I appreciate it. Alright. This is... I don't know what this is. Ooh, good stretch. Now then, let us plunder this room. Oh, right. A long-ass time ago, I mentioned, how... Should probably focus on... that's fine. It's only 3 Dark Nuts at once. I mentioned Pokemon and how they got the new game coming out. Which is weird. I'm excited for it. I know that's kind of a minority position, but in all fairness, the only Pokemon game I've ever bought is Soul Silver. Every other game I've either bought as part of something else I wanted a bit more. Like, I had Diamond as part of the bundle of the second-hand DS I bought. Or found it. Like, I had Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy Color. Played it on my Game Boy, but Advance. But the point still stands. And I never bought it. Like, it's pretty rare, from what I understand, or at least not as common as Red and Blue were. But I just found it outside my mailbox on the ground growing up. I'm like, oh, I found this game. Can I keep it? Parents are like, oh, okay, only if nobody else claims it. And I asked around the neighborhood, like, hey, did someone lose a game? Like, fine, I guess you can keep it. Because they're the type of parents growing up who heard that... They're the type of parents that are like... They heard the games had evolution in them, like, something actually said to me, I don't want you getting into that new agey stuff. Like, first of all, and me as like a 8-year-old had to explain to them how bad a job the game did of accurately showing the theory of evolution. Yeah, they were those kinds of parents. Fortunately, they were also the type of parents to learn from their mistakes and are a little less skeptical about everything. Actually, compared to the rest of my family, they're pretty progressive. Yeah, the first Pokemon game I ever had to be was something I found on the ground and had to be cleared by my hesitant parents. The funny thing is, they were the only ones who were concerned about it, because even as like an 8-year-old, I knew, yeah, this is... the evolution thing is just flavor text, poorly applied science for a gameplay term. I just liked it because the monsters were cute. Like, that is it. Just like, oh, these look cool. Oh, that one's cute. Oh, that one's so pudgy. That's awesome. They're like, I don't know, this game might have adverse effect on you. I'm just there like, yeah, but art. Ugh. Anyway, off topic again. Like, Arceus does look like a game that, as a kid, I would love to have played. Which, I mean, makes sense. Say what you will about Pokemon, I think at least half of it is... They're making games for a younger target audience than most people who are reviewing and looking at them. But, like, it looks fine. I will admit, it could be better if the budget was bigger, which my understanding is, for what they make, Pokemon games are ridiculously low budget. Like, they could be better, and probably should be better, with a higher budget, but looks fine, especially considering that this is the first open world game that the team's made. Like, I was looking into it. The first 3D game in the Pokemon series was Pokemon Colosseum, which even that was closer to a regular Pokemon game in terms of go to town, do stuff, and go to next town, which is the basic formula of a Pokemon game. Problem is, I'm not sure anyone really had an idea. Can I glide with him? I cannot! This is bad. This is slightly less bad. I'm pretty sure that when people were asking for a 3D Pokemon game, they didn't really have an idea of what they were looking for. Uh-oh. This is bad! And as a result... Oh, knocked my mic over. Oops. As a result, it's kind of hard to match expectations, because what's a open world Pokemon game? For what the formula of Pokemon is, which is essentially go to a town, beat the gym leader, go to the next town with an interlude where the local evil team is... Oh. I have everything I need to go straight to the boss, but there's more stuff to be found. Like, in the interlude, the local team is doing shenanigans, which you have to deal with. Like, that doesn't really lend itself to a open world format. Oh, right, that's behind stuff. I want to get to the first floor. Like, it's linear by design and nature. Partially because if you let it be truly open world, everything will still be kind of controlled by what level all the Pokemon are. So it's just, you can go where you can handle in that case. But I think as far as you can go with, just personal opinion, as far as you can go with what a open world Pokemon game would look like, it's pretty much the wild area from Sword and Shield. It's just an area that that you're not stuck to a linear route. But I honestly think with that in mind that it's hard to adapt a mainline Pokemon game to an open world format just by virtue of what they are. So they did it. Oh. No, still have to. That's funny. I can hit him with the Leaf Blast. But just given what it is, it lends itself much better to a... What? This guy can... do? Oh, that does... Oh, shoot. Get off me. Like, for what a mainline Pokemon game is, it doesn't really lend itself to a full open world. Son of a bitch. But given that what they're doing, considering that they're trying something that's never really been done in a Pokemon game before, they've very obviously made it like Monster Hunter, which, given what Monster Hunter is, there's worse games they could take inspiration from. And it's probably going to suffer from a lack of adequate budget. And that's something you should be mad about. Because if they paid Pokemon game what it's worth, who knows what we could end up with. But for what they have, I'm excited for it. It looks fun. It looks new. They're trying something. And I'm always for an off-brand Monster Hunter. Love that series. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yep. Perfect. That and And I'm also thinking it's not going to be as bad as everyone says it'll be. Because Nintendo has this interesting cycle of a game comes out, everyone is unhappy with how it looks either pre-release or early on, and then it gets vindicated with history. Like, it happened with this game. When it came out, everyone hated the cartoony, cel-shaded visuals, hated how far indifferent it was to Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. But then later, people are realizing, wait, compared to the other visuals on that system, this one aged really well. Because it still looks great. And it also tried a lot of things, and it did them well. Oh. Well, that's going to be someone else's problem. So, I'm just kind of thinking that it's not going to be the best game it could be, but it's probably going to be a lot better than what everyone says. And it's also really hard to judge the quality of a game on release, because every game company is going from releasing a fully finished product to... Oh, shoot. I got. To releasing just something and finishing it after release. That's the reason post-update patches are a thing. And on one hand, it would be nice if you got a game and it was ready to play after or straight out of the box. Like, what you see is what you get, and it's a full perfected game. On the other hand, something that's been said is that a good game is that when delaying games, a good game will be worth the delay, but a bad game is just irrevocably bad. It does alleviate... I gotta leave the target. Nope. It does alleviate that a bit. Like, it doesn't solve the problem entirely, but it does mean that if you completely screw up something, like... One example is Back 4 Blood, the zombie game that came out a while ago by the same people who did Left 4 Dead. When they launched the game, you couldn't do any sort of progression offline. You had to play online with other people in order to unlock stuff. But then they realized that people didn't like that, and they updated the game. They changed it. You can progress offline now, and there's also a smattering of new content as well. It took a big issue of the game and fixed it. Which, I mean, come on. If you got a game and you release it in a state that's good enough, you're not overworking developers, and you're not causing and you're still shipping something that on day one out of the box is a good early game experience, but gives you a little more time in order to patch up the late game stuff, and kind of see. We weren't sure about this, and even playtesters waffled. Let's get a larger sample size and see what can be said about this part. Okay, we got our largest sample size, let's change it in this way. Like, that's not a bad way of doing things. Being able to tweak the game once it's entered players' hands. Honestly, I think that's better. Obviously, if it's an excuse for game developers to be lazy and like, let's ship, well, game companies really at that point, to ship something What is the point? What? There was little to no point to that whole... Oh! Oh, that was actually extremely necessary. I couldn't have gotten to the boss room even if I wanted to. Well, it appears we do have all everything now, so let's go. Yeah, obviously if a game developer's getting lazy about it and is using it to just ship something that's half finished and do the work that they should have planned for and given time to develop. Oh, cool. Elevator. And that's misusing the whole concept. But if they're shipping a good product and further refining it, then that's great. Especially if you get a lot of indie games doing this, where they release something to show we can do a game, and then over time they just add more content. Like, think of Minecraft with its multiple free updates. Like, that's... I will never say no to developers throwing more free content my way. Yeah, that's just my spiel on it. Can't tell, games are something are one of the few things I'm passionate about. Uh-oh. And let's go! Ow. Wait. Get back here. You'll not escape me on your stubby arms. Ha! Oh. I love these rooms. Because you expect that, okay, the challenge is going to be defeating all the enemies. And then you do that, only to find, no, the enemies didn't matter at all. They were just in your way. The real trick of this place is to solve the puzzle. That's just a more novel way of the, come on. Can I get it anywhere else? This target's bullying me. Oh! How did I even... Oh. I'm not complaining. There we go. So this is either the switch to the door, the switch to the treasure chest, or the switch to both. Okay. And what's the... There's a treasure chest in here, and we're getting it. Oh! I think the switch to the treasure chest is you have to defeat all the enemies. Which is cool. Which means there might be a couple more of those goblins hiding in a jar up here. Come on! You know, maybe when I was fiddling with my controller before this all went down, maybe, just maybe, I should have increased joystick sensitivity or decreased dead zone or something to solve the problem of it hates me and the inputs are chunky. Shoot. I completely fucked that up. Although, honestly, if you're expecting me to be smart about this, the last hour or so should have convinced you of anything but. Which reminds me, I still have no idea why I picked up in that first room. Please help. So we got everything up here. I'm thinking the next round of stuff are these Moe heads. That's a magic pickup. Did I get the one up here? I did get the one up here. There we are. My thoughts is it's either another enemy hiding in one of these pots, or the treasure is flipped by pulling down all these heads. Or there's one more enemy hiding in a head. Yeah, we'll try pulling down the heads first. There he is. We have found the boy. Get over here. Love that. There is still... So there is still a... Wait, that wasn't it? What? Oh, that was it. How dare you fake me out. There's still a trigger for defeating all the enemies. Just wasn't the door. Let's see what we've got. Treasure. Hell ye. Grab the boy. And away we go. Fun. Nice, nice. There we go. Come on. Got him. There we... Don't run me over. Just blow up in peace. That's a first branch of enemies. I think the next thing I have to do is there's a tree over there. It is actually faster to waddle than fly. And cuter too. Which is a plus. Yeah, because there's no real boost to be had here, but there's a planting spot and a hand. That's going to be fun to deal with on a narrow passageway. Oh. Should be fun. Well, honestly, I think if I just pepper him with arrows again, no harm, no foul, nothing. No problem. Yeah. 6 shots and he's down. Beautiful. Juke, juke. Oh, oh. Beautifully done. There is... Right. Can I get... Yeah, I can get two. Wait. I bumped into him and he went boing. Oh, Mecher just gets better and better. Now we can just push this all the way into the wall. Yeah, I think that's what you have to do, because one of these is for the... There's a little ditch in the middle of this room, which it doesn't tell you about. And then your options are just roll and try to avoid the last one, or take the third block and block him in. Which, given that we got Mecher following us and he's challenged it with the wind, might be a good call to block him in. I think that's lined up. It's not, but we're close enough. And then after that, this should be the boss room. Oh, we are lined up. Alright. Let's go. Alright. Stop on by. I think we're good here. I know I have done it before where I thought I was clear and ended up getting blown back into the far wall. This whole lot of money. I mean, if you take a minute to look through the game, you do see that the developers are at least somewhat aware of what they were doing, and they gave you plenty of money. Not enough, but a good chunk. Yeah. Sorry, just a minute. I got an email about something large, comprehensive, and can be dealt with later. I swear, people in my life just have this ability to know the absolute moment where I'm trying to take a load off, take it easy, take a break, or just do something that I'm away from my phone. My family in particular, the amount of text I have gotten right before I'm about to just like go take a shower, just put away my phone for a minute, and I get a text, oh, it's from a family member. Of course it is. Legendary. Ugh. Look like a manta ray and crossed with a One of those sandworms from Dune. I forget. I'm gonna take a guess that iron boots might be helpful here. Or not. Ooh. Actually, arrows might be better for dealing with those little mini rays. Ah. He just threw his babies at me. Well, I suppose he didn't. She just threw her babies at me. How rude. Yep. That's 2 hits and more babies. Now, I'm pretty sure in many cultures it's quite rude to throw your babies at a guest. What? Oh. He's moved. Ah! You almost bit my ass off. Jerk! Alright, let's just get you quick. And there we go. Oh, not quite. If I had soup still. If only I had soup. Ah! How did I not get got there? Okay, this time for sure. I'm feeling it. There we go! Eat it, sandworm! It's interesting how for most of this guy's body he didn't blow up in shadows but turned to sand first. Well, I suppose... Actually, no. I suppose most of these bosses had some sort of unique way of dying. Like the last one, that fat Poe got incinerated by the light and then exploded. Most of them had at least a little bit of flourish beforehand. Alright, boyo. Let's power up this Master Sword. This frog-hilted, beautiful blue thingy. It's definitely a frog on that hilt. You cannot convince me otherwise. Macker's song definitely has a little bit of a theme in it. Like, it feels maybe Ocarina's Castle Town, maybe a bit of Kakariko Village. Maybe Windfall Village from this game, but I would just never go there because I've gotten all that's really to be got. Hey-oh, got Lord of the True Hero. Thank you, Leaf Guy. Ah, the one game where Korax had personalities, but behind, "Yaha, you found me." Say what you will about, well, actually no. Scratch that thought. The Korak puzzle is ridiculous. There's 999 of those, and they're everywhere. I see. So the Forsaken Fortress has already... Ah, like a molting snake that casts off its dead skin. That place is so empty and quiet, one can almost feel the echo of dead leaves falling on cold, cracked ground. See? Thank you for that vague, half-heard exposition. Monsters are gone. Cool. Red, I have troubling news. Ganon has not shown himself above seas since Valoo unleashed his fiery wrath upon him. What's worse, there is not a creature stirring his base of operations in this world, the Forsaken Fortress. Cannot imagine how this is possible, and yet cannot shake this foreboding feeling I have about the Princess Zelda. Red, you must search for all the Triforce shards so that we can head back to Hyrule without delay. And thus begins the much hated, for good reason, collection of all of these charts. Right. First of all, where are these? One there. That's the Islet of Steel. Too bad I've already collected the thing. Nope. So, got the ghost ship. We got one in this row. We got one over there. Well, let's head east to start. Might as well. I mean, this quest isn't bad. It's just tedious. I know I've talked a lot beforehand on how it could be better and why it's bad, but I just feel it bears repeating that what they're trying to do was a good idea. They were trying to give players a good opportunity to, yes, you can now's the time to explore the world. You're going to be doing that a lot anyway. You're going to have to for at least a ghost ship chart, because it doesn't tell you explicitly where to get it without doing all the side questing. And like, that's a good thing. It's good to give players a break to go out and do whatever. But there's actually, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pieces. All of them are incidental. None of them are really memorable. The exploration mechanics aren't that strong. It's more of a case of go to square, solve puzzle on island, get piece of heart. Oh, I got this one. Well, guess we're playing. Yeah, let's do the archery game. We're here. Oh, shoot. Starting. I missed. But in a case where it's too long and the exploration wasn't really the strong suit of this game. Ooh, how did I get him there? That it kind of grated players. And I suppose if they had a few more explicit side quests, a few more, well, maybe. Or at least if they made it interesting, like either attached a mini dungeon to each of these charts. Well, actually, skip the charts completely. That's what they did in the remake to the degree, but they put less. Oh man, that was awful. That was a bad show. 6 times. Oh. Well, I recouped the cost of lost bait there, so... What? Oh man, my... completely froze. But if they put it to a mini dungeon where instead of getting a chart, and also at least part of this has to do with Tingle. Like, Japanese love him. Americans hate him. And having Tingle be the one to extort you in order to get the chart deciphered helped nothing. Like, if they reined in the price of the charts, if they had to have the charts, that'd be one thing. But back on topic, they, as much as they can be, which is not much, if they skipped the charts and just had them at a mini dungeon, that would be fine. A lot of how you get the charts, as well will be forced to see, is from mini dungeons to begin with. What you got? Oh, I see. I do, indeed. Informative, evocative, interesting. But if you put the Triforce shards at the end of these, well, that makes sense. And I think if you want to do it better, I have said this all before, but split it into 4 pieces. So you've already halved the amount of pieces you've had to get. And put Fire Mountain and Ice Ring Isle not as mini dungeons you have to do to unlock the Sage's dungeons like they are in the games now. But instead, have them be their own legit mini dungeons. And have them be, don't even move where they are. You do them before, these longer dungeons, before the Sage's dungeons. And part of that, the reward at the end, is Triforce Shard. I want to make sure I haven't already done this one. I can't tell. So that means we're doing it. And have part of the reward be... What? No. Be the Triforce Shard. But then the dungeon items for them, for these dungeons, would be the Iron Boots and the Strength Bracers. And you can have a much more expanded set of puzzles around those mechanics, which would be a bit interesting. Especially the Iron Boots. Like, and you can even tie it into lore. Have, I don't think I can charge up a Hurricane Spin. Like, have Ice Ring Isle be kind of transparently a frozen over version of Zora's Domain, because that happens to Zora's Domain every time it appears. Oh, except for the one time that it was almost flooded in Breath of the Wild, but that's an outlier. And have Fire Mountain be Goron City. Have it be like, yeah, there were people here. Oh shoot, I did get that one. That one. What you gonna do? Like, there were people here, and this was... You're definitely on a post-apocalyptic, flooded overworld. And that way you have half of the side quests done before you complete the next round of dungeons. Bit weird, but have it... But I think it works to kind of tie in the fact that you're given the quest to assemble Triforce pieces after Tower of the Gods. So you can say, yeah, we have to do these things, and it's more intermixed. You're not doing 4 dungeons and then the Sage's dungeons. You're doing the next batch of 6 dungeons. And then for the next 2, well, the next biggest dungeon is the gauntlet of kind of the Pit of Trials on Outset Island. That would be the next obvious place for it. And don't put it on the first reward, let that be the piece of heart. Have the next reward that we're not getting, which is actually the piece of heart, but you need the mirror shield to break open a statue to get there. Have that be the Triforce Shard, because it works with the theme of Triforce of Courage. You have to go all the way down there. You're doing a gauntlet of a dungeon on your home island, and you already had to go halfway down for the chart. It's actually not much. Dang it! I got this one too. Well, I'm not doing the arrow minigame again. Oh. Gale Island was the one I needed. Dang it! Ah, well, one more over. But yeah, you're not really changing it that much so far, except for scrapping the more expansive kind of mini dungeons for the rest, and putting that effort into making Ice Ring Isle and Fire Mountain properly sized dungeons. And then the last one, I'm kind of between where you could put that. Part of me says the Ghost Ship, because the Ghost Ship's a cool, like, out of all of them, that is a cool place to put a Triforce Shard. Like, it's visually quite impressive and kind of creepy, which also fits like, everyone's obviously afraid of it, which fits the whole theme of Triforce Courage. But the problem there is I'm not really sure what it could be. I don't have as good of an idea of what they should do with it as the other ones, which would make it stand out as the weakest option. One thing is, could just have it as kind of what it is now, which is a quick... Oh, Triumph Forks. Yeah. I guess the pun for that works a bit better in Japanese, but that's usually the case with these games. But, like, the visual spectacle, I suppose what you'd have to do is... Okay, so that kind of squiggly shaped island. You'd have to expand it into a proper dungeon, or at least give it a little bit of a challenge. Have to lengthen it, give it a couple of rooms, give it a puzzle. Maybe... I mean, this is my suggestion for Ice Ring and Fire Mountain, but more lore is in a Zelda game where they don't give you much to begin with is not a bad thing. Players can have a bit of explicit lore as a treat. Give some early history of the Great Sea there. Do something fun. Give some history of the pirates. Make it the ship of, oh, Secret Cave chart. Cool. What's in here? What's in here? Like, at the beginning of the game, Oh. We have found a map of holes. Beautiful. At the beginning of the game, the pirates mentioned that there was a rival group of pirates operating out of the Forsaken Fortress. Nope, still not the menu button. That they competed with. Have the ghost ship be their ship and explore that a bit. Like Rise of Ganon, Life on Great Sea, do something with the lore there, and just have it be a bit of a Oh, that was a blue chew. Didn't even realize it. But have it be... You don't even have to put enemies or anything there. It works a bit with the Horde to have setups, but no payoffs of, I know there should be something creepy here. Where is it? And just never have that come. So that'd be one option for the ghost ship. The other option... I forgot. I completely forgot what the other option is. I suppose the other option would be to have it in this kind of sort of complex. There's a couple Triforce pieces that... or Triforce charts that... bombs, arrows. That's not right. That's right. That are in these kind of underground... From what I described, I hate to... or about my ideas before, I hate to call them mini dungeons, even though that's essentially what they are. Micro dungeons will work. We could expand one of these complexes a bit. Or wait. No, there's a... actually, no. I was gonna say put it in Hyrule Castle, but the whole point of this is that we can't get back there until we have it all. That was an option. Put in the ghost ship, put in one of these expanded complexes. Hell, maybe even put it in the Forsaken Fortress. Do a... you would have to change the lore that happened right now of Forsaken Fortress being empty. But maybe you put it... There's a kind of a redux. Like... no. I'm talking about that a bit more. I don't like that idea. Because you already go... It's already an annoying dungeon the first time you go through. Then it's kind of... Then it's already been redux the second time. There's no reason to do it a third. So now I'm thinking... So I'm trying to think of the Triforce shards, of the areas the game has, what would be a good place that I'd like to see expanded? And one option would be the ruins of Great Fish Isle. Actually, no. 3 dungeons. If it's not the ghost ship, which, thinking of that now, I like that idea more and more. If it's not the ghost ship, then let it be a development gag. Let it be one of the existing... Oh man, a lot of these guys can transform or summon monsters. Let it be a kind of joke of... You go through one of these complexes, one of the existing chart spots, and you find a chart, and you're like, what the heck? And that's the only one you have to bring to Tingle, as just a little reference of, oh yeah, in development we were thinking of this, or, oh yeah, we changed this from the original to this. And above all that, oh wow, that mistaken bomb really helped. And above all else, it has the bonus of not having me think up a fourth good, satisfying mini-dungeon for this to solve this game's weakest parts. Which, all in all, we can agree is the most important part of... the most important part of the 4th dungeon. It saves me work. Oh. I have to kill everything. I think. Yeah! Yeah, I had to kill those little ticks. Right. Last one, and it's Bokoblins. The split second where they appeared without. Just walk into the room, and everyone's confused. Nope, we need to run away. Oh, it worked uncommonly well. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! I was really hoping I could finish him off with a second Hurricane Spin, but that just appears to not be in the cards. Ah! Final challenge. Nuts. I don't even know how I got that guy's armor. I thought I was in front of him. So the fun thing here is if I can get all of their armor off, or at least the majority of their armor off, when they do the lineup, they start hurting each other with their overswing. Oh, that's a purple ruby I want. Excuse me, I have to loot. I'm going to kill that guy entirely by helm splitters. Oh, wow. Hit me, coward. Yeah, I killed him entirely by helm splitters. Hell yeah! And hang on. Now, what else is in these columns? Money? Money? And what door are we going through? There we go. More money. More money. Oh. As much as was in the columns, so I'll take it. And speaking about how people I know have the ability to text me whenever I'm doing something. So I was a bit quiet for a second. Alright. So that's 3 out of 8 charts now. Just have to strip down the middle of the map. Plus the ghost ship. Right? Oh, perfect. This is one of those things I don't know how you'd know if you didn't play the game beforehand, but the ghost ship charts on Diamond Step Island, and Biggest pain is usually finding where it is. I feel like if we go to Forest Haven, up a square, and then we can just work from right to left. Although, honestly, I'm half tempted to cut the stream now and just gather all these stupid things off stream. Because, like, it's nothing really interesting. It's just sailing around, finding these things, and then dredging them up. Yeah. I think I might get one or two more because the next couple aren't that complicated to grab. And then I'm just going to call it a night here. Learned one thing about playing this game. If you aren't good at filling space, these large sections of overworld travel will force you to think of the things to talk about. I'll say this is definitely the first game where they really tried messing with an open world format, and due to hardware limitations, you couldn't do much detail, so it made sense that in these larger sections they chose a setting that was large and flat. And I honestly think it's one of those instances of this is something that's more fun to play than to watch, because the sailing and exploration, at least the first time, is fun, but after a while it's just, yes, the sea, so big, so beautiful, so wet. Like, you can kind of see they did a lot of experimenting through these games. Like, this was, can we make an open world that people like? Yes. Then Twilight Princess was, okay. First of all, let's give a more mature Link than Toon Link, because people did not like that. At the time, at least. And also try to give open world on a more typical world. I wonder, can I just snag a seagull with the command melody? That would be useful, because I only have a couple pairs. Nope. Oh, shoot. Because the trick with this is, in order to get this to open... Oh, that's really cool! Awesome. Oh, and it attracts these guys, it seems. I'm gonna try to snipe a few of them, because each of their nests has a little gem, which I need to get at and activate within a time limit in order to open the door here. Alright, that's all seagulls, not buzzards. Problem is, these boys are faster than the seagulls I'll be controlling, making it challenging. Ooh, bullseye. And I also only have 2 pairs, so... And then... Then after Twilight Princess, as I was saying, came Skyward Sword, which is most obvious a proto Breath of the Wild, because of all the mechanics that are present in Skyward Sword, like stamina, the sailcloth, which was either directly ported, like stamina was, or became the paraglider, like the sailcloth did. And they also tried a couple other things, which I wasn't a big fan of it when it came out, and still think it's one of the weaker games in the series. It's probably grown on me since then. Oh, shoot you. No, 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 no. Ah! So close. Though now that he's out and about, can I slap? Yeah, I can slap him. It is the weakest, but in the context of what Breath of the Wild ended up being, I'll allow it. I mean, the motion controls, that was definitely Nintendo insisting on their gimmick, which... Oh, sweet, that hit. I can actually do this with 2 pairs. Usually takes me 10 or something. Like, Nintendo focusing on their gimmick usually pays off well. Like, they have a strong gimmick. What can I say? But motion control is one of those things that ultimately people who play video games aren't the type of people who want to stand up and swing things around. Like, that's just when you get down to it, why motion controls did not return as strong as they did on Wii. Well, at least I don't have to fight anything for this one. Aside for all those birds I fought, but neither here nor there. And Skyward Sword is one that's vindicated by what they tried out for. Or the mechanics that they tried to do with that. And as I said earlier, most games that weren't like in the context of when they were released usually end up as either completely forgotten as the game of the series no one talks about, or more often than that as it's fine. That's all we have to say about it. It's fine. It's a good game. It works. And that's really my opinion of Skyward Sword. It's fine. I think I saw a fairy island to the north of here. And I was right. What do we even have to upgrade? Oh, arrow capacity. Duh. Don't remember the other arrow capacity one was. I'm sure we'll stumble about it later. Oh, and there's a treasure down there that I missed. Night's still young. Oh, there's one up here. I'll have to circle back around to one down south as well. Where's that damn fish? Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Oh, a small fry. Honestly, I only get these things not because I need them, but because, well, not because I need the information, but because I need to know where the islands physically are in order to use that information. Give me a map, I'll figure it out from there. Do a quick hack. Uh-oh. Oh, now you're on the right side of the island. And going back to the... Aha! There we are. Going back to the whole how to fix this side quest we found ourselves stuck in. If they were just like regular charts that we could read, that didn't need deciphering, that would go a whole lot further to make this bit better. Because then you could just collect the charts and the shards without having to... Ooh! Nice, another heart container. Not having to go through the rigmarole of going to some place that's probably nowhere. Don't even ask what all that was. Without having to go to some place that's far away from either the spot you picked up the chart or the spot that you're ultimately going to end up at. Another blue chew. Oh, they're timed. Alright, do that. Beautiful. Yeah. A big problem with this whole thing is that it's very obviously padding. It only exists to make the game longer. And to achieve that padding, they're purposely bouncing you from several different places. There's a reason that... That's pretty much the reason that the Earth Temple and Air and Wind Temple are on opposite sides of the map. And also require you to get someone from the opposite side of the map. Because Dragon Roost Island is one or two... I think it's one tile away from the top of the map, which you need to go to in order to recruit someone to open a temple on the bottom of the map. Battle of the Gals helps with that a good amount by letting you just teleport around, but the sentiment's there. It's designed to take you the longest path across the world, which my most charitable interpretation of they're giving you a chance to engage with the game. It wears a little thin, I'll admit. It is the most charitable way I can interpret what they're doing with this. But I still think it holds. Definitely holds that that's all an attempt to... It's an attempt to make the game longer, partially by giving players a little poke to explore a bit more. But yeah, it's all meant to be the longest path. Get all these charts, go to Tingle Island, pay through the nose, forcing you to probably go out and grind some more rubies, and then come back. Oh, that's Bird Peak. There we go. I think that's at least part of the reason why they alleviated but didn't overhaul this quest in the remake. Because if they did that, well, if they made it shorter and not really noticeable, or not as glaring, it also made the game a good chunk shorter. Heyo, more money. That's what we need. Speaking of what we need, where are we going next? Tingle Island. Convenient. Alright. So, the next one here has a more involved side quest involving going to Windfall and doing things. This one here I think we can get. This one we can definitely get. This one we can get. Nope. Right song, wrong time signature. By right song, I mean right song for the one song you always use in that signature. Let's see. 1 south and inline, or 2 north, but we get soup. I think we know the answer. Let's go soup refill. Now I want to say that in the final dungeon, that will be the time that I finally pull off the coveted going through the dungeon while under the effects of a bowl of soup. But we all know what's going to happen. I'm going to beef it about 5th room in, as I usually do. And it's going to come as a surprise to no one but myself. And all honesty, I do believe that we can get through the final dungeon under this. At the very least. Well, 1 at the beginning. 1 for the final boss. Anything else? Everything